Is this working? Well, well, well. Where was I? You put those things up. It's want to make sure I made this public, because I have been known to make it private in the past, and no one watched. Good morning. Glenn Davis is the first to join us. Hello. Hopefully the notifications go out, and hello, hello. Hello, Daniel. Hopefully YouTube does its job and pushes the notifications out, and so people can find me. I didn't really have this scheduled or anything. I've got a few things to work on. I just thought I might stream them. I do have some PS5s to work on. I need to get this switch lite out of the way, though. What did I do with my switch lite tools? I think I put everything back in the drawer. Where's that tri-wing? Maybe that. So, the switch lite I've already worked on, and I've got it working. I can turn it on. I believe this one had some pretty extensive liquid damage. I'm trying to wake up. There it goes. Pretty extensive liquid damage. Oh, DJ Russell. Make sure I say it right. Rusty Russ. Okay, hi. Paulus. Hello. Well, since Andy did not want to stream, I thought I would stream. Why not? Chlorslug, good morning. Yeah, I've got some things to. I have not done a stream in a while. I know I've been on a bit of vacation, but I'm back from vacation now, so try to get back in the swing of things. Wake up, and I had 4 of these switch lights I had fixed, and I was getting them listed to sell, and was doing the final checkout on this thing, and working pretty well, except for that right arrow does nothing. Like every other button works, except that one. And I'm pretty sure this thing had some rather bad liquid damage. So bad, like even the top buttons here, that little button board underneath there was just corroded away. I had to replace it. Let's see, test input devices, test control buttons. So, yeah, we got buttons, we've got buttons. Minus everything but that one. Okay. Just confirming. Let's see. Shut this thing down. Let's get on into it. This should not be too bad. I don't remember what I did to it. I may have replaced the 29-pin connector. May have replaced the FPC, the connector, you know, the cable plugs into. Because if you ever worked on switch lights, every switch light is liquid damage. Just go ahead and assume it. They're all liquid damaged. I guess because they're given to little kids who like to try to take a bath with them or something. So I know it was liquid damage. I just can't remember. I thought I had fixed. Let's see. This is on the left side. So is this the one? Yeah, going through the 29 pin. And I thought I replaced that connector. And the cable. Had no choice. I hope this overhead camera looks a little bit better. I was playing with some, I actually found a firmware update for it, which gave me another video setting, another resolution that I thought looked pretty good. Oh, there's Andy. Hello, hello. Hello, console help. A lot of you, how's it going? Yeah, well, I've been on vacation. Some of you may have, excuse me, may have joined me after but I was in Las Vegas for a week. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that liquid damage. I guess that wouldn't come off. But I've been out of town, and that and a combination of just not feeling like doing videos. Because I'm sure Andy can tell you, it's hard to get a lot done if you're trying to do videos or live streaming at the same time. It's just things go so much quicker if you can just focus on the repair. Andy, hope you're feeling all right. Feeling any better? Hope all is well in your world. I caught your stream this morning. Well, toward the ends of it, because you started streaming when I'm still in bed. It was like 4 a.m. local time when I got the notification that you were streaming. And I decided, you know, I'll just kind of catch him when I get up. And I just caught the tail end of it. All right. So yeah, this is to that 29-pin connector. Excuse me a second, I've got to cough. I'm going to mute my microphone. Okay, pardon me. Understand not feeling it. I haven't felt it in a month, I guess. No, I was just horribly busy at work, and then I just wasn't feeling it, I guess, and then went on vacation, so it's just a bunch of excuses. I'm sorry. Let's look at this connector with the micro. I hope this microscope's working. Oh yeah, it looks like she's going to work today. Yeah, I'm rather sure I replaced that 29-pin connector. I'm sorry. Why is this totally out of the picture? Let me see if I'm doing something wrong here. Give me a moment. No? Something doesn't look right here. What is going on with this microscope camera? I mean, I see it, it's working, but it looks like it's the wrong resolution or something. Darn, I wish I had checked that beforehand. I checked like this. That's my, I got another camera on my power supply and stuff. That looks fine. There's full. But this one is not right. What have I done? Bear with me. I just hate to go through this and have half the picture chopped off because the resolution is not right. Unchanged. I'm just looking at my OBS settings. What if I just tell it it's 1920 by 1080? That helped none. None whatsoever. Okay, that's a problem. It looks fine, but it's like chopped off. I don't have near the real estate that I should have. And I just didn't notice it before I started streaming. It's just, when it's like that, it's so easy for me to be talking about something and it's not even in the frame. Let me... Oh, wow. See some damage there. I'm going to disconnect this battery before I do more harm. That battery is barely plugged in there, isn't it? Yep. That's not good. Is that getting the picture? Yeah. It's like it's really, really zoomed in. Of course, some of that happens with the lens adapter to this camera, but it wasn't this bad, I didn't think. Oh, well, I'll figure it out. So, the right arrow button is not working. The right arrow button. What am I looking at here? Which side am I? Oh, over here. Let me just turn this the way I'm looking at the board. Which one of these is the right arrow button? Cross down. Might be easier just to take a meter and find the dang thing. I know it's coming through here somewhere. Cross down, but I guess they're calling it, that's what they're calling it. Cross up button. Yeah, left. Ground. Speaker. Ground. Cross left button. I thought we already saw the cross left button. Cross up. Capture. Is it going to be the last one that I go to? Cross right. So it's right there. Going through there's just some pads there, I guess. So pin 23, if I count from this side, 16, 17, 18, 19, okay, 23. All right, let's go back. Oh, we get some people showing up. I do appreciate that. Pin 23, how bad does it look? I did not replace this connector. I think I touched up some connections. So it starts with 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. So it goes to that test pad right there. But I already replaced this connector, and I believe I replaced the cable as well. I'm going to have to get some stuff out of the way, I got a feeling. Trying to think if I have a spare board to put in there just to test. Let me look down in this connector to see if it looks bad. I'm getting thermal paste on me. Let's look down in this thing. Well, I can't see it looks bad. It looks kind of bad down at this end. But this end where that pin is looks fine, I think. So maybe our problem isn't over here. Is it over here? We replaced that. Okay, let me get a speaker out of the way or something here. And how is everyone today? Was it this, the cable itself? No, I don't think it is. The cable, I think the cable, let me look. I thought it was a new cable. Then again, maybe it's not. Let's find some focus if we could. Definitely not a new cable. That doesn't look too good right there. Whichever pin that is. I'm trying to get that. Oh, sorry. You can't see. That pin there doesn't look too good. I thought I had replaced this cable. That must have been another one. I worked on several of them. I think they were all liquid damaged. That definitely looks like a break in it right there, but what pin is that? Well, assuming this is pin 1 over here on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Pin 6. What is the function of that 6th pin over? Well, for counting here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a backlight. Is that correct? Or am I looking at that wrong? Is that one of several pins that carry the backlight? Let me just pop another cable in there. We'll just, I mean, I have these things. I have them, so. honestly thought I had changed it. We'll just eliminate that variable right now. If I can get it turned the right way, I believe that side goes there. Oh, come on, there we go. Just a little bit of a fight to get this new cable folded just like it should, you know, like the old one was. I thought about one time just going through and going, you know, pre-folding a bunch of them. Which way does that thing turn? Yeah, contacts up. You know, have them already ready to go, pre-folded, have a, I keep sticking my finger in that thermal compound. That would be the smart thing to do. Go ahead and have them pre-folded at just the right angle and just pop it in there and I'm going to have to look under the microscope to get this thing in there. One moment. All right. Now it's in there. And let me hook the battery connector back up. Alrighty. Yes, I think that's turned right. That little button board up top likes to jump out. Oh, hey, Picotronics. Yeah, it's good to be live again. It's good to be live. I felt it was my civic duty since Andy just wasn't feeling it today. So I said, you know, because I'm not going to go live the same time as Andy. It's just the wrong thing to do. Corrosion on the board. There could be corrosion. That's definitely a possibility. I'm sure I scrubbed it with alcohol, but you don't always get it all out from under there. I know. But I would have sworn that button. No, see, the button still does not work. Up, down, left will work. Right still does not work, and that's with a new ribbon cable. So, problem could be over here, but I have a feeling I want to get this button board out. And I used to, yeah, here it is. Is it? I used to try to keep one of these, you know, on hand. I'd go ahead and change the connector out and clean it up, you know, replace that little micro button there is busted on this one. I'd have it all ready, so when it came time to something like this, I could just pop it in there and I'll just, you know, I'd fix the other one when I got to it. But I did not do that this time because my spare one is laying there in need of repair. Let me shut this thing down. I'll get this button board out in my hands. Okay. I keep doing that. I'm going to keep sticking my finger in that. Before it's over with, that stuff will be everywhere. Alrighty, can we get this board out? I'm going to go ahead and pop the backlight loose, take that loose. I mean, I know there was a fair amount of corrosion on this little board. Enough I had to replace the 29-pin connector on there. But I'm wondering if I miss some corrosion somewhere else. Of course, usually it's the backlight circuit that just corrodes away. Like the traces between the connector down here and where it goes up here to this connector, they'll just be, there's a couple of places, looks like where they intended to put some capacitors or something one time, and it's just copper pads, and that bare copper will just get eaten away. It's just gone. But then again, you've got, what, like 17, 18 volts? Which is why it's the first to go. Oh, should probably take out the other screws. I kind of thought this was going to be just a quick fix here and we'd move on to a PS5 or something. I do have 4 PS5s I need to fix at some point. I've got more coming. I've got a slim coming. I did it again. I got my freaking palm in that. All right, it's coming off. It's coming off. I do have a slim coming. I don't get too many slims, or I just don't buy too many slims, but I think I paid like $250 for it, which is probably too much broken, but oh well. I wanted to work on one. Alrighty. There's our button board. So that right arrow is this pad right here. Let's see where that goes. What's everybody talking about? Oh, is that working on PS5? PS5 is about all I work on. I've been meaning to get more into some Xboxes. I just haven't done it. PS5 Pros, Zeke, I see you asking. I have not laid hands on a PS5 Pro. I have laid hands on a PS5 Pro power supply. Because I like power supplies. There's a PS5 Pro power supply that I have reverse engineered. So when those start coming in, at least I'll be able to fix them. But they are beefy. I found out it's basically the same supply as in a PS5 Slim. It's kind of on steroids. Like instead of one power factor correction MOSFET, there's 2 of them in parallel. And instead of just the pair of MOSFETs here that are acting as rectifiers for the output DC, there's two sets of them in parallel. So they just kind of basically paralleled things. That's how they got their capacity. And this thing, a slim supply is rated at like 400 watts. This thing's rated at 420, I believe it is. But they felt the need to double up on a lot of the power ICs in this thing, the MOSFETs. And of course, it is slightly bigger. See, there's a Pro supply. And here's a slim supply, if you can tell. Give him the picture. A little bit bigger. Just a little bit. A little different shape, I guess, too, to fit the PS5 Pro's case. But I haven't really gone looking for a PS5 Pro. As far as a broken one, haven't gone looking. There's plenty of PS5s out there. Yeah, I was hunting on eBay for a while trying to find a PS5 Pro supply, and there was only one. I think I paid like $100, maybe a little over $100 for it. It's a working supply, nothing wrong with it. But I wanted one to study. And one finally popped up. And then I bought it, and then the guy didn't like ship it for like a week or something, and I was getting ready. I wanted to cancel the order, but there was no other ones available, so I kind of just wrote it out. And I did get it eventually. All right, let's look at this little board. Let me switch to the microscope. I've got to get set up better. I bought another camera to point at my power supplies and stuff over there. Because I had bought this just a little Logitech webcam. And it worked, but it would not focus. It's supposed to be like an autofocus camera. It refused to focus. I'm jumping around. I know, I just wanted to show. I was kind of proud of my camera. That's not it. Where's my camera? That one. No, that one doesn't want to focus. Focus. Come on now. You've got one job. All right, now it doesn't want to focus. And I was so happy with it. And now it doesn't want to focus. Focus right in there. You can see it hunting focus sometimes. But at least it will try to focus. That dang little Logitech, no. I'll just stay blurry. It's fine. I can never see it even try to focus. Anyway. So I'm trying to get set up. That'll be helpful for, doing when I'm recording videos, because more and more I'm trying to use OBS to record my videos, just because it's, it lets you're kind of editing as you go, you might say. You can record and switch between cameras, whereas in the past, every camera I was using had its own SD card, and I was, when you get through recording, you have to take all the different pieces, and I throw them in a folder, I import them for making proxy files, and anyway, it's a whole thing. Let's get back to this little, so that should be the right one. You can see, man, it's hard to keep this in the picture. I'll fix this camera. I got to check what resolution that my little microscope camera is running at. Should be 1080p. So it goes through the board. Where is it going to? It's kind of hard to follow. So there's two vias going through the board there. So there and there. So is that it? Okay, so that's one of them there. And that's the, okay, you can go ahead and point. So it's there and there that's coming through. And then that should be, oh, you can see where it connects. Let me get my huge finger out of the way there. I've got to fix this camera. So that's one side, that's the other. They're basically the same point. Right through there, to right there. That looks intact. I mean, I don't see a problem with it. I don't think there's going to be a problem. Don't think there's going to be an obvious problem there. Was the pad's just dirty? I doubt it's that simple. So it goes right here and should end up there. Yep. Goes to that pin that you can't see. Yep. That looks fine. Was there anything wrong with the conductive pad over here? Don't think it's that simple, but I'll look at it. I mean, I see a little bit of something on there. Now I try not to clean these too aggressively. I do use alcohol, but I'm not going to just scrub on it. Take off that coating. probably not very thick. Get out of there. So why is this not working? Is it, I mean, this cable here looks fine. This end of it looks pristine. And where is that? I wish I had my spare board ready to go. So, I'm trying to make sure this stays in focus. But it's a fight. All right. So right here, right there. So it's that one right there. So on that top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the seventh one over. But when you go over here, let's see. Yeah, it's the side opposite the ones that are, yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's that one, right? Actually, I'm not sure if it's the top or the bottom row. And then here, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah. Yep. And that's where it's supposed to go. And I know there's some rough looking connections over here, but not over here. I'm trying to look and see. So obviously this pin is connecting to this bottom row. Come on, camera, work with me. So it's going to be this one here. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which it looks absolutely fine. And we already swapped out the ribbon cable, so is it just, yeah, corrosion up under this connector? Let me check resistance to ground. But you would think it would act like the button was pressed all the time if there was a lot of leakage. Not be open. You would think it would be pressed all the time, and it doesn't. 5.48 meg. I don't have another one of these to compare to off the top of my head. Let me find another. Okay, the one right beside it also measures 5.48 meg to ground. That's also 5.48. So, what does all that mean? I don't know. I need to take a close look at this connector or something. Now I did clean the pad over here, but it's not like it was intermittent. It just was not working at all. And it would be, yeah, that pad right there, and that conductive. It doesn't look bad at all. And we know it has connectivity all the way down to this connector, which is new. Oh, hello, we're up to 60. Yeah, I know a pad that's bad on the ribbon cable, but it's not related to this button, if you know what I mean. I mean, that looked pretty open. But I already swapped out the cable, and it did not help with this. It's just the right arrow button that's not working. Actually, that's still working, isn't it? Yep. Does not look very nice. But I did swap out the ribbon cable also. And it made no difference. So let me pop this back in here. Sorry. And I will try to get this all hooked up. We'll get a button press. See if we can read that button press on the other side. I'm not going to bother putting the speaker and all that back in right now, because I'll probably have to have it right back out. Get a few screws in here to just support this button, the button presses. Okay. So the button in question is right there. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I have enough hands for this. Do these buttons pull to ground? I can't remember. This is the hard part that's hard to do. Oh, it was right there, wasn't it? I've got one probe on the ground over on the charging port, and the other on that pad right there. Make sure I'm not on the wrong one. I'm going to press all the other buttons. Nope. What gives here? And I'm not in continuity. I think I'm in resistance mode. So if if it's a little bit conductive, oh, there went the spring that likes to get lost off that little shoulder button. Let me check one of the other ones. If I can figure out which pad it lands on. I should have drawn that out by now, I guess, but I'm thinking this is one here. Nope, I have to look at the layout again. Let me get a clip lead for ground. I'll take that burden off of me. Find a good spot to get her ground. Well, I guess the heat sink. It's screwed down to the chassis. Let's see. Do we have a ground? What is ground over here? Is there a ground? What gives here? Okay. Oh, well, that'd be nice if I hooked the other ribbon cable up, wouldn't it? But well, that's true. The ground. I'm missing my ground. I'm missing my ground. I have my ground removed. Now do we have a ground? Look there, now we have a ground. All right, so can I read this button press right here? Oh wait, it's already shorted the ground. Already showing ground on it. Okay, what about these other ones? 5.4. Yeah, that's the up arrow right there. If I press it, yeah, 15, 16 ohms, let off of it. In the K ohms. Do I have I've got the battery hooked up. This thing's not on, is it? Let me disconnect the battery. Make sure it didn't try to come on. So right here, must be one of the other buttons. Yeah, 5.4. Sure does vary a lot, doesn't it? It must be real. But anyway, you can see it. But this one, the one in question, that was the up arrow. What's this one down here? I see another set of pads. It's probably another one of them. No. What about this one? That's ground. What is this? That looks to be the down arrow. Okay. But the one for the right arrow, which is right there. Well, wait a minute. Okay. No, it was not grounded. I think I was on, there's a ground pad. So it's like they intended for there to be a capacitor there. That's all it is. Just two pads in parallel. So this is the right arrow. Look at that. I thought I was grounded all the time, but I was on the wrong pad. So yeah, 300 meg. Press the button. Seems a little bit higher resistance than the. Well, no, it's slower. The other ones were in the teens. That's like 10 ohms. So do I register that all the way over here? No, I gotta find it. I'm not sure if I can find it without looking under the microscope. It's not it. Is that it? Let me look under the microscope a second, so I can see which pad it was. 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth one on the bottom from the left. So it's right there. 5.4 meg. If I press the button, nothing happens. Nothing. If that's the right pin. Let me press the other direction. I'll push the up and left and down, and no, nothing changes. That should be the right pin. If I check it over here, maybe I'm just on the wrong pin. I mean, that's working. That's working fine. Okay. I'm just double checking the pin that's going to. I don't quite have my ribbon. I'll switch to the microscope. I don't quite have my ribbon cable plugged in all the way, but I don't think that's the issue. All right, she's in there now. So the pin this is going to. This is the one in question. No? Okay, yeah, parallels. Oh, that's right, parallels right there. Goes to right there, which looks to be soldered just fine. So I should be able to get on that right there. and press that button. That's definitely it. That is definitely it. And that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th one from this end. So if I go over here, it's this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exactly. It's just not getting over here though. I think it's that short pin right there. And it doesn't, yeah. I know you can't see my meter right now, but it's not coming over here. Almost like the ribbon cable is bad, but I swapped out the ribbon. Let's swap out the ribbon again. On the off chance I had a dirty pad or something. Oh. Hey, JFix. There's Dave's Unbranded, who thinks I sound like Dave Ramsey. I do not sound like Dave Ramsey. I'm sorry, I like Dave Ramsey. I respect his financial advice, but he sounds like he just crawled out of a hayfield somewhere. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Give me a moment. Oh, no problem, Dave's Unbranded. I don't know where. I don't know. I'm actually in Mississippi, if you must know. I am not in Tennessee. I am not. What am I missing here? This is one of those things where it's just something stupid. And what I would normally do is pull out this little ribbon cable and tape it to my table and check it with the meter. But I already swapped the stupid thing. But I will swap it again. I shall swap it again. Doesn't cost much. But this is the last piece of the puzzle on this little switch line. I can get it all out of my way. Move on to something else. Something else. PS5 power supply. I do still have a whole box of supplies I need to fix. I just haven't had the need for the supplies, or I would have done it by now, because I usually just fix the supply that's broken. All right, now that my meter has gone to sleep, let me switch back to overhead. Can I read that button press over here now? It should be on that pad right there. And this is the tricky part. I've got to get my hand underneath it. No, it's still not reading. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be it. If if this connector is any good. What are the chances that that pin say? I looked in the connector earlier. It didn't look bad. It's these short pins, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just not happening. Something's up. I'm on the wrong pin or something. Okay, I don't see that. Okay, that should be a clue there that when I'm on it here, I don't see that 5.4 meg. You know, without the button press, I don't see that resistance to ground. Which is probably looking into the CPU or something. Probably go straight to it. Or it may go to that. I can't remember where. I have to look at the board view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to be looking at the wrong pin. I have to be. I'm trying to think of the best way to count this over, just so I don't confuse myself. Let me show you. Yeah, it may be that connector on the main board because I have not changed it. Now, I did change this one. Did I get all the flux out of it? That's a possibility. So, flux is a pretty good insulator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I believe it's going to be 14 from that end. Right? So 14, it's a short, pin from this view. 14 from this end, the end that doesn't have the wide tracks on it. 14, is that what I said? I've forgotten my count already. So if we go over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I believe that is going to there. Yeah, it is going there. So, what gives? It's a brand new cable. It's just about got to be this connector. It just about has to be this connector. Just about has to be this connector. Let me look up inside this thing again. And it may look fine, and it may be just absolute garbage. It's very strange, though, that it just doesn't get any contact at all with it. Are the pins not moving like they should? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this in focus. They are moving. Let me think a second. I'm just trying to think what I want to do. Just go straight and replace that connector. It just about has to be that connector. There's nothing left. If it's not the other connector, if it's not the ribbon, it only leaves. Yeah, okay. I'll change the connector. It just about has to be that connector. So this should be fun. Let me switch back to overhead, which I love to forget to do sometimes. Hello. That means I got to take it all back apart and try really hard not to melt any nearby plastic parts. I have the connectors. Just trying to think of any other possibility. I can't think of anything else. I mean, if it's, we're getting a short to ground here on this connector. New ribbon cable. Yeah. And here we go. Sometimes I don't know why I work on these things. I don't really make much money off of it. I guess I enjoy it. I must enjoy it. I keep doing it. I must have done 20 of these things in the last few months. So maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. They're kind of fun to work on. And you're not really, investing a whole lot in the things. I think I probably paid $50 or $60 for this thing. And I'll sell it for $100. It's about all I can get for them. But they're usually pretty easy fixes. And it gives you that, that good feeling you get when you fix something. You do get that feeling off of it anyway. I'm trying to see what y'all were talking about. All kind of chat going by. Start making money on PS4s and PS5s. Fixing, I see somebody. I've done all right fixing PS4s and PS5s, honestly. I've paid off a couple of cars. I think I probably made last year about 10,000. Which isn't too bad for just a hobby that I enjoy, that I kind of do, as I want to. Because I'm not working on customer things. I can pick what I want to work on. So that makes it, I guess that makes it somewhat worth it. I make a little money at it. I make videos at it. Because YouTube doesn't really pay much, but I have fun at it. Which is the main reason I do it. I do enjoy it. It's very satisfying, isn't it? I got my finger in the thermal compound again. It's very satisfying, isn't it, too? I always find that it's just very satisfying to take something that doesn't work, that should never work again, and make it work. It's just very satisfying. Oh, there weren't that screw. I have to dig that out. Don't want to forget that one. It swallowed one down in there. Fan connector. You can see a lot of the corrosion that was left behind here in the little area where the game card reader sits. Yeah, it was whatever was poured into this thing was rather corrosive. It ate up that top button bar for the power and the volume. It just ate it up. Because they have power on them and they're just sitting there, and you know, longer as there was juice in that battery, it just kept on corroding. Alrighty. Trying to remember, there's nothing really in the way of doing this. I'll heat it from the bottom. I've got, what have I got? I've got 14 connectors left. Maybe I can, 14? No, I have, 24 connectors left. Let me just look at this thing under the microscope again. We're up to 71 viewers. Well, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I wonder if it was like orange juice. It was something very acidic, it seemed like. Because it sure did a number on it. And I'm trying to remember what all I had to do. I think I had to reflow. Yeah. I think I had corrosion. I think I had to reflow this chip and the one on the back, that one. They had corrosion all under them. But a good reflow. I think I did have to replace our old friend, the fuel gauge. No, did I change that one out? Honestly, I can't remember. I think I did. I can't remember. That's been a while ago. So, I wish I could fix this microscope view. I don't know why it's like chopped off. So it's a constant fight to keep everything in the picture. I've got to, one moment I've got to clean off this thermal compound because I have again stuck my finger in the thermal compound. This is on the metal can. I'll replace it. But it just gets everywhere. Okay. Let me get this to the side. Let's see. Okay. Use the old Omni lights here. I'll switch back. And I'm sorry if I'm not keeping up with the chat too much. I'm not too good at it. I'm trying. Use the old Omni vise here. And try to get it out at the edge of the workbench. I can get a little heat from the bottom. I'm not very good at these connectors. So we'll see how I do doing one in a live stream. We shall see. All right. We shall see how it goes. Come on, Flux. Okay. I try to be a little kinder and gentler to these connectors. These boards are thin. I mean, I think 350 I can get this thing off. But we'll shall find out. Oh, is Andy still? There's Andy. Hey, Andy. Andy's still sticking around. Don't you have a PS5 coming in, Andy? Got work to do? I know I've got work to do. Actually, I got some yard work I need to do also. before it gets too hot. I need to get out there and need to finish my yard work. I wonder if there's any corrosion under this connector. This didn't seem to be caused by corrosion under. It seemed like it was like the pins just weren't making contact with the ribbon like they should. Come on now. I'm waiting on these pins to flow. I don't think it's quite there yet. Almost. There we go. Ooh, looks like I knocked the capacitor. I see one turn. Did I knock one off? If I did, it's probably stuck right on this connector. I knocked two off. That's a resistor. Yeah, we might need that. All right, let me just set that right there. A little bit of corrosion on that pin, isn't there? I had touched it up, but we can probably make it look a lot prettier now. Is that going to be in focus or not? Get in focus. Let me touch up this focus here. Yep, I let that connector slide. I need to go ahead and turn my soldering iron on. I hadn't even fired up the soldering irons. All right. Will that flow now? Oh yeah. All right, we'll clean that up. But I need to get these components that I knocked off back off of there before they disappear on me. All right. The capacitor doesn't look that good anyway. Actually, that capacitor is missing its end cap, I think, at least on one side. Let me look at it. Does it have an end cap left? Not really. So I probably need to try to get a value on that one. If it's in this board view that I've got. Look like the end cap's just gone off of it. I'm sorry, try to get it in the shot there. If you can see it, it has one good end cap. And not a lot going on otherwise. All right, what about this resistor right here? Give me a moment. I think I'm going to measure that resistor. So if I were to lose it in this process, I would know what it was. Probably like a 10K or something. 149 ohms. 149 ohms. Okay, so now I know. All right, got it. Capacitor, I think I may just try to find another one. Set you to the side. Dealing with these tiny, tiny components is a pain. That thing, it actually stuck down, didn't it? Yep, they'll stick to anything except what you want them to stick to. Stay there. Mm-hmm. Okay. You see a lot of corrosion under this connector. Well, except for a couple of these pins. So I'm hoping our problem was just, you know, inside the connector. They are kind of fragile. I'm gonna have to use another iron for this, because that is going to ground or something. Because that has some mass to it. It's not wanting to flow. That little Pico pencil, not cutting it. Yeah, I need to turn that one capacitor back around. Maybe I'll clean this off a little. Oh, not my solder off those pads for that capacitor. I just wanted to clean this up a little. Not bad. I will probably just, I'll flow a cap back in place when I'm doing the connector, because I'll be heating it from the bottom. Otherwise, it's really hard to get a capacitor in there, right there close to that connector. So I need to look it up. It's probably like a 0.1, 0.01 something. Okay. Hello, I squish worms. You made it. You destroyed your ammeter on purpose? Sometimes. And I've got one of those Finurses, by the way. FNB 58, I cannot get the USB-C part to work properly. Like I can't get a switch to negotiate, 15 volts and stuff through it. It just doesn't work. It has an in, a Type-C in, a Type-C out, and it just doesn't work. And it really messed me up there for a while. I was trying to work on a switch, and it wouldn't charge. And went back to my older ammeter, and suddenly it was fine. It was that seemed to be the ammeter. Gonna have to get the some of these pads are got some mass to them underneath or something, because they won't, little Pico pencil won't do it. So then I'll switch to this massive one here, which is overkill. Way overkill. Come on. Let me add a little solder to that pin. So when it comes time to spin that capacitor back around, come on. That one is definitely ground there on the end. Does not want to play. Come on. It's either way too much or not enough. And I'm starting to cook my flux, and I need to redo it. Sometimes this is hard to do with people watching you. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Well, ask Andy. Andy does it every day. All right. A couple of these I'd like to see a little more solder on, or I'm going to regret it later on. What are we talking about? Oh, you're not watching when I'm sleepy? When I'm sleeping? I have my doubts. I have my doubts. Huh. J-Fix. So there's a setting in the meter. I had not tried that functionality of it, where you basically using the ammeter to negotiate the power delivery stuff. I have not tried that. But you have to make it, otherwise you have to put it in the mode where it'll pass that information through. That's good to know. Because at the moment mine is sitting in a box here. Try to get this in the picture. All righty. Clean, 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 clean. What time is it? Oh, still pretty early. Let me dry this off a little. I want flux, but I don't want a ton of it. Because then you have to clean it out of the stupid connector, which we can do. I feel like this is way too much, but that's what came out. I'll just have to scrub it. All right. Now, where's a new connector? Oh, Oscar, you're working on a Nintendo charger. I have not opened one of those up. I've never opened one up. Would be interesting, though. I mean, I'm no expert on USB-C, but my understanding was that the Nintendo chargers, you know, didn't exactly follow the rules on the USB-C, you know, power negotiation thing, which is where a lot of the problems came from with people damaging their switches. That's just my understanding, is that it's close to the standard for a USB-C, but wait a minute, let's don't put that back on there. That's the old one. No, let's don't do that. That will make one say bad words. If you ever put the old part right back on, yeah, that'll do it. That will do it. All right. So this needs to sit right about there. Right about there, I would say. All right. So what's going to happen here? I'm trying to get this microscope lined up where we can both see, since it doesn't always happen that way. I usually end up having to touch these pads back up. Which I'd rather not do. I've done it, but it's so easy to damage the plastic. Like, I've heated up a pin before, and you could see the pin, you could see it move in the body of the connector. Like, you know, because I heated it up, it moved in the plastic where it's, you know, directly making direct contact. You end up having to replace it. I'm going to have to raise this heat up. I'm still running at 350. Oh, we're starting to go molten. Oh, let me sit down. Yeah. I think I'm going to try to give it just a little bit of a downward pressure. Just a little. I think she's pretty well down. I think I'm going to leave it alone. But you see how some of the pins don't have enough solder on them? Like right over in here. Let me make sure that's in the shot. Okay, where'd the solder go? Did it just draw up in the connector? Well, that's not good. I mean, it's probably soldered up underneath there, but I'd sure like to see a nice little mound of solder sticking out the edge of it there. See, that on the end down there is ground, I think. Oh. Okay. That'll work. Let me spin this around so I can get to the other side of this connector easily. I still did not spin that stupid capacitor around. I meant to do that. And I've got to replace the capacitor. Although I have a feeling it's just a bypass. That's way too much flux. Way too much flux. See if I can get my hand in here and I don't like touching these up. I mean, you have to sometimes, but what I was trying to say is I'm trying to heat one of these pins up. It has corrosion on it. I've seen like the back of it, you know, the back of the pin. You can see going up vertically there. It would back out of the connector. It had too much heat, and it released from the little channel it's sitting in, and then things just don't, you know, line up right. Not a good feeling. This is not good. I should have done that already. See, it just gets real tight, like behind this resistor and stuff. Now that might work. That might work. If I can get all the flux out of this thing. Way too much solder on that one. Nah, okay, it came out. So I still need a capacitor there, and I need to spin this one around. Oops. Okay, at some point, you need to leave it alone. Unless you just want to cause yourself extra pain. Oh, is there a retracted message? I missed it. Do I have a cold? I've got a bit of a, I don't know, sinus drainage. And it's kind of overnight is the, you know, the issue. When I wake up the next morning, it's all collected. And anyway, let me turn this around. And let me spin it this way. Yeah, like this. I just want to spin that. I need to spin that one around, and it really would be smart of me to go ahead and get a capacitor to put, you know, on the board and try to flow them both in at the same time. that would be the smart thing to do. So this right here, 1.1 nanofarad. 1.1 nanofarad. Would that be a 0.001? And that is, what size are these things? Are these 0402s, or are they even smaller than that? Because I do have some books with some capacitors in it. If I can, that's a 1206. That's not going to work. What is this? Resistors, 0402. There's 0201 resistors. I don't think I need that. It's going to be the last book I pick up. 0402. It's resistors, though. It's just resistors. Now, I thought I had some capacitors. Let me see what my dog is doing out here. Other than annoying the neighbors. I'm sorry, I may get out of range. But the dog is not wanting to shut up. Come on, you're not dying. It's a very nice day out there. You're not dying. Okay. Now I'm trying to think, do I have a donor board to pull a cap off of? I'll check on that. I will test that meter out. It's right here next to me in a drawer, collecting dust at the moment. So I need, are these 0402s? Because this doesn't say. Wait a minute. Why is that zoomed in? I'm sorry. Why is that zoomed in? Sorry, OBS is being stupid. It's kind of doing its own thing. That capacitor. No, don't click there, click here. It looks like it's a bypass cap on the backlight. Yeah, the backlight's fine on this one. It's just the right arrow button that wasn't working. Just the right arrow. Capacitors. 1 microfarad. I'm trying to see what I got. What I have. I really thought I had a book. That's 0603. I'm looking. That's size 0402, 1%, but that is a book of resistors only. It goes up to 10 meg. That does not help me. 0201. I was thinking one of these book of resistors had a few capacitors at the end of it. Not that one, though. 0402 resistor. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one does have some. Okay. I did find some in the. I got, if it's 0402, which I hope it is. It probably will be today. I'll make it 0402. 1 nanofarad. I did find some. Oh, I'm sorry. It did say 1 nanofarad. I've had to tape these little paper pieces back in here. Every one of them came out. Those of you who have these books, have you ever gone to slide it back in there and it hooks under the edge of the clear top and it just dumps the whole thing of capacitors or resistors out? That's what I'm contemplating. That's how it was. How's it go in there? It doesn't matter. I want to open the other end of it because the odds are pretty darn good. I'm going to go slide this back in here. And it's just going to peel that top layer back. Is this the right size? I'm not sure if this is the right size. I think this is the size that I have, though. I'm pretty sure about that. Pretty sure about that part. All right, let's just see how it compares. It's probably the tiny, tiny one. Yeah, it looks huge. It looks huge. Where's that connector? All right. And here is our... Wow, it's huge. Yeah, that's not going to work. So it is the 0201 size. Dang it. I don't think I can salvage this other connector. I think I still have this connector. I mean, this other capacitor. It is right there. I just don't think there's an end cap left, though, to work with. Unless I can scrub it or something. There's just nothing left. I mean, it's hard to keep things in focus when you zoom in that much on this scope. Well, it did hold solder. Okay. Maybe it's just discolored. All right, Mr. Capacitor, come here. You're going home. Gotcha. Let go. I'm done with you, connector. All right, now what are the chances this is all going to flow right into place? Everybody's going to go where they're supposed to go. I got to get out to the outer edge of my desk here. There. Positive thoughts, everyone. Positive thoughts. I'm going to clean off my tweezers. They're so sticky. I'll end up with the capacitor sticking when I don't want it to. How can I do this? Let me move that capacitor. Come on now. I know it's floating in flux. Somebody's breathing too hard, knocking these things around. That doesn't want to spin around. Hang on a second. Oh, she jumped in place. What about you, sir? Would you like to do the same? Please? You must be on a connecting the ground or something. Something is soaking up the heat. Come on. Come on. Nope. It's about to go flying if I touch it about one more time. What gives? I could have reflowed the whole connector by now. But that one capacitor? Nope. Nope. I'm going to raise it up to 365. Now spin. All right, now sit down. My goodness. Why are you doing this? Just sit down on the board. I mean, you're halfway there. Oh, you bastard, you. Oh, you bastard. Ah, finally. We recovered. Last second recovery. Well, it was stuck on one side while I wasn't using it. It was already attached on one side. It's a freaking 0201 size. I could have just lifted it with an iron, cleaned the pads off, put it back down, but I thought it would just spin around. Because that's the proper thing to do. Just spin back in its position. I really thought it would have spun around some time ago. So I thought. And there was a darn good chance I would melt that capacitor. I mean, melt that connector trying to. I've done it before. Not in a while, though. Now to make sure I didn't blow any components off underneath this thing, dumping all that heat in there. It's still got some corrosion from before, hasn't it? I need to clean that. This thing had rather extensive liquid damage. Doesn't look like I knocked anything out of place. That's good. Did not change the port on this thing. Ooh, just noticed that. That pin on that M92, can you see that? Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Let me touch that up. Let me touch that up while I'm in here. Let me get it back in the Omnivice. See if we can touch that up a little. Yeah, that doesn't look too good at all. This thing is working though, it is charging. But that doesn't look too good. See if we can clean that up a little. Yeah, there's still some meat there. Yeah, that's why she's still working. There's still some meat there, but it's just ugly. We'll touch it up a little. We'll use a whole lot of flux that was unnecessary because that's what had run out of my syringe. Didn't need that solder over there. I need it on that pin. Come on. Would like to see a little more solder stick to that. Actually, I'd like to see a lot more solder stick to that pin. Still not taking solder though. Oh, come on, quit doing that. Okay, something there's hooked to ground. That little Pico pencil just will not do it. Let's see if we can do it with this meter, this little soldering iron. Make sure I get any solder off because it doesn't need any more. Yeah, that one pin still just does not want to take solder. It's going to be difficult. And I wasn't even working on this part of the circuit. I'm just trying to get the right arrow, the right button working. It does not want to take solder. Okay. Clean that off and look again. Maybe hit it with a toothbrush. I have to heat it up some to get that. I mean, it looks, I'm sorry, I've got to fix this microscope camera. It's really upsetting me the way it keeps getting out of the shot. Now, why is that not clean enough to take solder? Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's got too much solder. I am rapidly approaching that point of leave it alone. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. That looks better. That looks better. Yeah, it was a water damage. Oh, talking about flux, I have not. I've Dr. Cryogenic. Hello. I have not. I'm still using cheap, you know, Kingbo flux or fake Kingbo, whatever it is. It just kind of works for me. Whatever works for you, whatever gets it done. I don't use a ton of it, I guess, though, because, you know, I guess I don't do as much work as a shop would. So I don't go through it. I'm trying to clean this connector. This is what I was replacing this connector. If y'all are joining late, I was replacing this connector, trying to get the one of the buttons to work. And of course, flux likes to migrate up inside the connector, and I knocked capacitors off. A good time was had by all. Now, how does that look? Pop it open. What do you think? Does that work? Should it work? I think it should work. Oh, you like the Nano? Looks good. I think it's going to work. Let me switch back to this overhead. All right. I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance it's going to work. Should I go ahead and hook the speaker on there? Should I go ahead? I think I will. Otherwise, I got to take it right back apart to get the speaker in there. And the Joy-Con. And the Joy-Con. All right, now you're going to sit down. Oh, of course, the fan cable jumped out. All right. It looks like most everything is there. Let's put a few screws in it. Uh-oh, something's out of position here. Speaker's not wanting to sit down flat. Take the screws back out. Hopefully that little home button, I think it is, hasn't jumped out of position. Wait a minute, didn't I knock a screw over? When I was taking this apart, didn't I knock a screw over in there? And I meant to take it, I meant to get it out. There it is. Yep, stuck to the bottom of the speaker. That would be the screw that I knocked in there and was intending to get out. That would be it. All right, got you. I'm just going to put together just enough so we can see if that right button now works. Okay. Oh. And now the connector, the cable for the touch has decided to go hiding back up in there. Anytime you get in a hurry, you pay for it. All right, it's out now. These connectors can be such a pain. The cables anyway. If you get in a hurry, you end up bending a pin, and then you're changing another connector. And the fan connector. Got that. I guess I'll go ahead and hook this Joy-Con up. I'm going to go ahead and hook these Wi-Fi Bluetooth cables. I always worry about them moving around, and of course the outer of them is ground. I always worry about them shorting something out. Probably never happened, but just in case. All right, so I only have a couple of the screws in here. I don't have this speaker in. I just want to put a screw in to kind of support these buttons that I've got to press for testing. And maybe hook that Joy-Con back up. So I don't have that speaker in over here. I'm just going to hook this original ribbon cable back up, the one that's in here. Let's see. Battery. And the final. All right. I don't have my power ribbon in there at the moment. Oh. My luck. The backlight cable has decided to run away down in the little hole there. So, yeah. It decided to go. Oh, there's another screw down there. I'm sorry if this is all boring. Such is the life that we lead sometimes, working on this kind of thing. All right, now, are you going to sit down right? Yes, yes you are. Got that. Is it going to work? I probably should have slipped that speaker back in there, but I didn't. All right, now you get this little ribbon cable hooked back up for the power button and the volume buttons. All right, and the backlight. Backlight is good. And the 29 pin. All right. What's left? Yeah. All right. What's she going to do? Does it still turn on? Yes, we got the logo. All right. Does the right arrow work? No. It still doesn't work. Up, down, left arrow, right arrow, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, don't do it, Griffin. My cat's deciding to throw up. He wasn't getting enough attention. What do you want, Griffin? What? Thank you for being part of the stream, Griffin. I do appreciate your participation. Is that it? No, it's not it. Bear with me. Cat emergency. All right. Now it's time to throw the cat out. The cat who knocked my door open because he weighs 30 pounds. Come on, get out. Get out. Out, 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 out. Out, 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 out. Massive. Yeah, you gotta love that noise. I didn't invite the cat. The cat invited himself. I had the door closed. But he's quite large. So, Now the cat emergency is over. What am I doing wrong here? I'm wondering, I think this, I think these switches are like, they have pull-up resistors on them. They're pulled up to like 1.8 or something, is it? And I'm just wondering if we don't have that pull-up for some reason on this one in particular, which is on that pad right there. I don't see a pull-up. What about these other ones? Yeah, 2.76, 1.8. Not sure where the other one is. Let me get my ground probe. Yeah, something like that. So 2.76. Now I believe that was one of the buttons. It's not the down. It's not the up. No, it's not one of the buttons. What about this one? The 1.8 is what I was thinking it was. So if I press that, yeah, there's the up button. You can see it switched between 1.8 and 0. Okay? 1.8 and 0. But we do not have that 1.8 on there. And I'm guessing we don't have it over here either. We do have it there. Okay. We do have it. I'm on that pin right beside that connector we just replaced. And it is there. So, all right. Hang on a second. Get back in focus. So, bear with me. I'm just going to count pins. From the left side, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I keep getting, I look off. It's that one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's the 14th from the left side. So it should be the 14th from the right side. Does that make sense? Should. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I don't have any voltage there. Is it... Do we have a bad ribbon cable and a bad connector? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pin. No, I do see it there, 1.8. Is it there now? Is it intermittent? This is getting weird. Is it intermittent? I touched the pin on the 29 pin connector and I saw it. But when I took my lead off, it wasn't there. Is it just flux in the stupid thing? If it is, it's very strange. Its flux only affects one pin. Very strange. Some magical flux. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can see the 1.8 is there. It's absolutely there. But when I measure on the connector, it's not there. I'll get right on the pin where it's soldered to the board, right there. It's not there. I need to take a close look at this connector. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I see 1.8 volts. And I bet you if I put a little pressure on the top of this pin, it would probably start working. Not reliable, but okay. Yeah, I could replace the ribbon. No, I'm sorry, Leonardo. If you're asking, the connector did not fix the issue. It did not. It didn't seem to hurt anything. I mean, I have, you know, all the buttons were working that were working before are working now. Okay. Let me show you with the microscope, I guess. Can you see the connector? I'm trying to get it in the shot there. So, it was the 14 pin from the left on the other connector. It's the 14 pin from the right because it, you know, the cable flops over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you can't see the meter right now, but it's 1.8 volts. 1.8 volts. And that solders to this pin right here. And there's nothing there. So there's no, how is that possible? Unless I'm looking at this connector wrong, how is that possible? These short pins are the ones that are soldered back there. You can see how they line up. Right now I don't have 1.8, but I think it went to sleep. I think it went to sleep. Did it? Now it's back again. Is there just flux in the stupid connector? Or just on that one pin? Hey, David. I am spending my, I just got back from Vegas, so I'm not spending my whole vacation in the workshop. Only as much as I can. Okay. I'll see 1.8, then I don't see 1.8. All right, not working. What if I push on this connector just a little while I do this? Here it goes. Look at it. And if I stop pushing on the connector, nothing. Apply a little bit of pressure. This is the one on the little small daughter board. I apply just a little bit of pressure. And it works. So, now we know what the problem is. Is it just flux, or did I overheat that connector? Just about got to be flux. But I have seen, like, if you overheat those pins, you know, the way that connector has like a C shape to it, and it does this number, it will get where it doesn't move. It doesn't clench down like it should. I mean, it's there, it looks good, but it just doesn't move like it should. Let's look inside this connector. All right. We can do better than that on focus, I think. Maybe. All right. I mean, the connector looks good. Pins seem to be doing their thing just fine. Is it just flux? Which one is it? Which one is it? Where's my pointer? So, it's this one right here we're dealing with. So it's that one right there. It's got that junk around it. It's that pin. So we look up in here and get that ribbon cable out of the daggum way. I don't know. It just looks. One, two, 14. Is there something? There's something on that pin, looks like, right there. All right. I need to not get alcohol up in my LCD connector, in my LCD screen. It's not good. There must have been something just on that one pin, because all the other pins are working. Let me make sure this is all clean. Get rid of that fuzz that's on there. All right, that looks clean. Close that down. Does it work after a good cleaning? Does it work? No, it does not work. Every other button works. That's called frustration. No, I did not win any money. Well, I did not win any money. My wife won some money. I gave her $20. She dropped it in a slot machine. She won 60. And she cashed out, and that was the end. I lost whatever I put in it. And my daughter lost what she put in, and yep, because I'm a firm believer that those huge hotel casinos are not built off the money they pay out. Not at all. I may have to replace that board again. I mean, you know, the whole, I can put the connector on this board, and I need to replace that button. I can do that. But you see, this one also has the 29 pin is full of corrosion. It's all messed up. So I got to replace this one, that button, and yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if those of you who started maybe joining the stream later on, I have already replaced this connector some time ago. It was in bad shape. And it seems to be intermittent now. But I put a little pressure on that connector, just a little. or just a lot. Now it's not going to work. Every other button works. All right, so do I have that 1.8 there now? Am I getting it? I don't think I'm getting it there, because the button would be working if I did. Yeah, it's that one. I'm not getting that. Oh, well, the ground should probably be connected if I'm going to do that. I had flipped it over. 0.1. Probably wiggle this and look at that. Yeah, 1.5. I push on it. Why just that one pin? Just that one pin does not want to make contact. Knocking my alcohol over. Go look at the back of this connector. Doesn't look bad. What I was saying is I've heated these things up before. You're trying to, if I can get anything in the shot. I'm trying to touch up like solder, and that one is backed out a little, isn't it? You see how this one is recessed? The gold pin, you can see it recessed down in the plastic, and that one, and that one, and that one. But that one, see how it's forward? It's just sticking out a little. Same thing there. I'm going to have to replace this connector. Apparently there's just not much tolerance. But if you, I don't know if you can, let me zoom in real good and see if you can see what I'm talking about, because it's hard to keep it in focus. Can you see that pin sticking out? See, this is the one in question, right here. And you can see two of them. You can see that gold pin backed out right there and right there. And that would have happened when I touched up that pin with a soldering iron and stayed on just a little too long. And it moves, those pins move in the channels that they're assigned to. Yep, it's got to be replaced. I mean, I could try pushing it forward in the connector, but I just don't know if I would. Don't know if I would trust that long term. But I had seen that before. It's bit me before. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell it there if I can get it in the shot. That one is out further. And that one is also, those two. But these other ones are like, they're recessed like they should be. And if I push on it, well, is this thing still on? Nope. I'll disconnect the battery. There you go. I hope I didn't short something out. All right, okay, the backlight had gone out because I probably unclasped that thing or something. Anyway, she's going to need another connector. It's just strange to me how fragile these things are. like I said, you could push on it a little right there. It went up in there. How about there? Yeah, it went up in there. Did that make any difference? Did that make any difference? Oh, probably be helpful if I hook the battery back up. Does it work? Yes, it does work. Now, how much do we trust that? I don't know. But yeah, it had backed out. It just doesn't. It doesn't clamp the the ribbon cable like it should. It's close. Let me see. Let me make sure all these buttons are working. It's probably going to overheat here in a minute because I don't have a heat sink on it. But I had seen that before. I ended up replacing the connector. All those work except I don't have the other ones hooked in there. I can do that one with my finger, kinda. I've got those out right now. Yeah, that works. So the only one left is that back one, that rear one. I can't press it. Yeah, plus okay, and that works. So yeah, it's fixed. Why would I buy? I'm not going to run a separate wire. I would rather replace the connector. Just replace it and do it right, and that way I have confidence it's going to last. That's the way I would normally do it. But yeah, so we've been chasing that forever, and it works. How long have I been fighting this thing? How long have I been streaming? It seems like 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours and a half. Darn. Okay. I need to put all that together. And what time is it? It's 10:36 here, my local time. I'm sorry if I haven't kept up too well. Oh, what's YouTube's chat is rough? What's the deal? Hello, Blind Vodger. Hello. Yeah, I think it is fixed. I think it will work. Oh, I Squish Worms, you want to visit Vegas? I would recommend it. We saw Absinthe when we were out in Vegas. We took a tour out into the Red Rock Canyon, out in the desert, which was strange. I mean, it's hot, but it's not as hot as you would think because it's so dry. It really is a dry heat. And the first day we got in Vegas, I'm talking Fahrenheit, it was 111 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot. But the air is so dry there, it just doesn't feel the same. Like where I am, the humidity is probably 60-70% right now. What is that? Oh, that's a capacitor. I was wondering whether this little capacitor is laying on my workbench. That's the the 0402 that I pulled out and tried to put on there, and that was not going to happen. That was way too big. All right, let's shut this thing off. Okay. Well, at least we figured it out. I always like to disconnect the battery if I'm going to be, you know, taking things out, putting them back in. I just hate to do a lot of work to a device and then, you know, mess it up with a stupid, where I drop a screw. It's always been my fear of dropping a screw off over in here somewhere and shorting something. And that's it. You're done. You sent 4 volts to where it's supposed to have 1. Have a good day. So I'll take the battery loose. Alrighty. I need to get that little speaker back in there. The speakers are really good for grabbing screws. If you're ever missing a screw on the switch light, check the speakers. But Vegas was fun. I hadn't been out there since 2007. We flew on Spirit Airlines, which I had never flown on. And it was a 3-hour flight, exactly 3 hours. But it was all right. It was all right. Not a lot of turbulence or anything. But we were out there 5 nights. And it was fun. But I'm always ready to get back to my toys, as I say. Why am I missing a screw? Oh, there. Is that it? That's it right there. It was fun, though. I remember what else we did. Went to several casinos, just looking around. Caesar's Palace, Bellagio, Circus. It's something to see. It is something to see. Get this back out of the way so I can put that shoulder button back down. Oh, come on. That did not go flat. Well, I do have several PS5s to fix today. I don't know if I'll get to all of them. I know at least some of them are just HDMI ports. At least I think they are. Supposedly they're going to a white light and just not giving video, so odds are pretty good that's just a bad HDMI port. And I don't do videos on those because that's very boring. I know all of you out there have had to have seen an HDMI port replaced multiple times. It's the same thing. I did have an interesting one. I didn't do a video on it though. The last PS5 I just got through with was drawing. It would just beep when you press the power button. Wouldn't try to turn on. No lights. You give the board 12 volts, it would draw 270 milliamps and just kind of hang there. For, I can't remember how long, it was probably 2 or 3 seconds at least, it would hang there and then go back down to, you know, little or nothing, almost zero. But, and I started doing research and asking some people in forums about this, in Discord, and looking at the codes. And you can look at, you know, there's some more bytes of information in the codes that you pull that will tell you where it's hanging in the power sequence. And that indicated it was a problem with the Bluetooth Wi-Fi module. It was the system was trying to load the firmware into the Bluetooth Wi-Fi module and was failing for whatever reason. It was failing. That was what the codes were saying. So I initially was thinking corrupt firmware. So I swapped firmware. I had another board. I think I may have found some too. Anyway, I swapped the contents of the flash. Made no difference. Exact same thing. So then I went to looking at finding another Bluetooth Wi-Fi module, and this was a EDM031 board, which it uses the module that only uses 3.3 volts. It is what was the AX-546, something like that. Anyway, you can use a J20H104, I think it is. Anyway, there's a couple of modules I think you can use, I think. But I had the exact same module on a donor board up here. Pulled that off, put that on there, and no difference. Exact same error. Exact same. Anyway, long story short, after more digging and more research, it appears that the firmware for that Wi-Fi module exists in the flash, in that 2 meg, you know, bin file. But apparently it's getting there by way of the SSD controller. And the SSD controller was failing to load it into the Bluetooth Wi-Fi module. Replace the SSD controller, she's off and racing. It's one of those weird ones. It took me forever to figure out. I just finished it, I think it was yesterday. But yeah, 270 milliamps. Now usually with SSD problems, like if you've got a dead SSD controller, I think you'll get, what is it, 220 milliamps or something, I want to say. But it wasn't dead totally. It was just dead enough. But some of you may know, it was Donnie in Discord, his name. Very helpful gentleman. He helped me figure that thing out. And hopefully I'll remember that next time. All right, how many screws did I forget to put over here? None? Okay, that's good. Why did I hook the battery back up? Why did I hook the battery back up? I've got more screws to put in it. Oh, don't do that. Little spring. Yeah, these switch lights sometimes are such easy fixes, and then sometimes they're just not worth the trouble. But you know, I paid for it already. So you either fix it or you take the loss. move on. And I have a hard time moving on. Then again, if I want to take a week to fix something, I can. I'm very fortunate that way. It's not a customer device, it's mine. And if I want to just keep chasing it, I can. All right, now before I put this heat sink on there, I think I'm going to turn it back on and see if it still does things it's supposed to do. Am I missing a screw? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was looking for the one remaining longer yellow, gold color screw that's going to end up going over in the middle shield. I know I should have had one left. Need to check up with chat. Bye-bye, Blind Bodger. Yeah. Good to see you, David. Thanks for coming by. Oh yeah, we did. I forgot. We did. Is it? I can't pronounce your name. Sylviu. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. We went to the Sphere, and we saw Postcard from Earth, which is it will blow your mind. It's beautiful. We went to the Sphere. It's a big spherical theater. If you haven't seen it, some of you. So you're kind of like surrounded by the image, kind of like an IMAX or something. But it's like it's over the top of you. It's behind you. And they even have like effects, like they shake the seats and stuff. We did go see that. And turn that on. Make sure it still works. Do you still work? Yes, you do. Yep. We still work. All right. I'm trying to remember what else we did in Vegas. What do they call it? It's a big Ferris wheel type thing right there near the Sphere. We rode that. And for some reason, the name escapes me. Finish putting this back together. Oh yeah, got that, got those. Put the card reader back in it. I don't have any more of these switch lights to work on right now. I think I've got, well, I've got one I'm going to have to jailbreak. It's got corrupted software in it. And I keep putting that off because it's such a long process to back up all the keys and back this, back everything up and then find donor firmware. And so it's sitting in a bag in my floor here. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. All right, heat sink is over here. find some stuff. Bazi, how the right button was fixed, I had to push on. It was the pins of this connector over here. The pins of this 29 pin on the daughter board. Some of the pins had pushed back out of the connector a little, and I was able to push them back in. It happened when I was, touching up the pins, I'm sure. When I was, of course, I would have put it on with heat from below and floated into place. But if I was touched up some of the pins, the pins will like back out of the connector a little bit. And that's what had happened. I saw at least two of them. One of them was our pin that was causing the problem, but I saw at least two that had done that. Okay. Yeah, you can see all the remnants where it's got a lot of shine on it. See where it had liquid damage on it. And I tried cleaning that. I cleaned it, but it's corroded. It's got corrosion on it. I need to find a switch cartridge. I took my switch on the plane. It was a 3-hour flight. I've got a switch OLED, one of them that I fixed a long time ago. I took it on the plane with me, and was playing Diablo 2. They have Diablo 2 on there. I got a package of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 on it, and that's what I played on the ride over and on the ride back. A classic game. Works pretty well on the Switch. Yeah, I do not have a Switch 2. I will probably just wait for a broken one and then, do it that way. Okay. Did I forget anything? Let me go find a game before I put that back shell on there. Let's see this thing work. Make sure it still charges fine. I did touch up the solder on that M92. Yep, we're charging. Should we test it? Let me show you where I've got that. Where is that? That USB-C meter we were talking about. Where is that thing? Oh, here it is. This thing. So it's got a switch on it. If this is the same one. I mean, I see. Oh, I see. PDCOM on, off. If I turn that off, it will just pass through. Is that correct? Because I will test it right now. JFix, turn it off. It does look fancy. I mean, it's got a nice, beautiful display on it. But I tried to use it and it was like, nope, not going to work, not going to pass. This is the one I've been using. This is the one I got this from Northridge Fix a long time ago, but it works fine. You have to have a gender changer out here, for your to go in line with your factory Nintendo's power supply. I don't know that I'll need that with this. Let's just see what happens, shall we? Unplug it. I guess I'll flip this to off. There we go. This should be a good charging cable. Let's see if I can get rid of that glare. All right. What are we going to do? Are we going to work this time? It booted up. Yeah, we're working. Thanks for that. I didn't know you had turned that switch off. It was just very frustrating. I tried to use it and I thought I had a problem with the device and went back to my old ammeter. Everything was fine. So I threw it in a box and said, I'll deal with it later. Maybe it needs a software update. Who knows? But yeah, that looks fine. It is a fancy one, though. Can y'all see the, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen it. It's got a nice display to it, though. I got this as a Christmas present. Actually, I put it on every year I kind of put together an Amazon wish list because my kids can't figure out what to get me. And, you know, I don't really want socks and stuff. So I'll put on there stuff like this. What else was it I got? Something else. Oh, I've got, in years past, that's where I got this screwdriver. I got this screwdriver, which I use that if I'm working on like controllers and stuff, kind of small. Rechargeable in the case, kind of neat. But yeah, I'll to save my kids a lot of headache, here's an Amazon wish list. And usually has like a gallon of alcohol on there. It's one of the things. Gallon of alcohol. The stuff that I actually use, you know, and they'll get me that stuff. And it works out great for everybody involved. Oh, it'll display software on OBS. Really? Is that a special driver needed, I'm guessing? You'd have to, does it have, yeah, it does have a micro USB. Is that where the data would come out? Actually, I see one that says PC. I have not looked that into it. There's got to be I would think a driver or something though. Okay, the micro USB labeled PC. Yeah, but my PC is also Linux. I do have a Windows PC. I have a Windows laptop that I use to give like the on-screen meter that I use sometimes. That's Windows, but you know, I stream on Linux. This is Ubuntu, whatever the latest version is, and that's just what I like to use. For Windows, I've got a gaming PC across the room. Oh, they have a Linux one also. Excellent. Huh. Okay, I'll look for it. That could be neat to watch. Especially if I can bring it in serially like that. See, it dims the display after a while. Unless you like wake it up there. Wake up. Nice. Oop. And it can sense which way you're turning it also. You turn it that way, it flips the display around. Turn it that way, it flips it back around. That's kind of neat. All right, this is where, is this fan? No, the fan's not running. Let me get a game. I want to make sure that fan's working. Oh, here's one. Something, yeah. This Super Mario 3D World will make that fan spin. System updates required. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. One of them I worked on earlier had like software, had software 11 on it. And yes, I updated it. Because I'm trying to sell it. Just cleaning that stuff off those Joy-Cons. All right, you coming back up? just want to get it hot enough to make that fan kick over. Because I have left that fan unplugged before. But I have figured also you can turn the volume all the ways down, like on a game, and stick the thing up to your ear, and you'll hear the fan run. You'll know if it's running. Not yet. Of course, it's got the heat sink on it now. Give you a moment. I was checking. Had an alert there was somebody in my driveway. Don't know who it was though. That's neat, J-Fix. I'll have to try that. I'm going to need a longer micro USB cable though to reach the ports on my PC there. Come on, fan. This game has a little bit, fancier graphics to it. It seems to get the old fan kicked over in a hurry. There it goes. I was going to spin it. There it goes. We have fan spin. All right. All right. We're working. Close the software. Still working? Yep. Still working. Okay. Oh yeah. I haven't seen you using that meter, Swindon. You do have? Do you still have? I should call you Swindon. Andy, do you still use that one? I thought I saw you say something about you. Did I see you say you missed yours? Oh, okay. Sorry to bring it up. I'm sorry. I've been out of the loop. I've been gone for a week, and so I've missed a lot of the streams. So I won't. Okay. Okay. I think I see what happened. Okay. Fans working. Well, it's good to see that meter works. I had gotten frustrated with that meter. I'm like, all you have to do is work. Yeah, I missed that part of your streamer fatigue. It happens. It happens. I mean, you can do as like I do to avoid streamer fatigue, just not stream forever. Like go months at a time without streaming. I'm ashamed to say I kind of do that sometimes. I'm ashamed of it. It's just kind of a matter of, one, having something to work on, and two, being in the mood. What? Oh, I just realized something. these are not sitting flat. They won't move. These little shoulder buttons. I didn't get something aligned. It's always something. I thought that didn't sit down right. Yeah, I'm kind of approaching frustration with this thing. That's why I'll get in the mood to work on switches, and then it passes after a while. There's still something sticky on there. Some of whatever was originally spilled in it. It's like a yellow colored, you know. I think I thought it was orange juice at the time. But is that why it wasn't? I mean, this switch, it would not move just then. It was jammed. All right, go down there now. No, something's still not right. It's rocking around side to side on something. And I don't see what it is. It just doesn't seem to sit like it should. Well, what am I missing here? Oh, I know what I'm missing. I know what I'm missing. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. I reversed them. I was just looking at the labels, going, yeah, yeah. I've never done that before. That's exactly what I did. I reversed those damn things. Where'd that spring go? That spring just took off. There it is. Yep, that's what I did. I'm gonna have to get that out of the way. I don't think I've ever done that before. That is one of the downsides of streaming, though. You get distracted. But I won't complain. I mean, I'm glad people want to come watch. Wonder when Joey's going to get back to his regular stream. I know he's done some. I know he's got a new baby. I have a new grandbaby. I do. Well, that's much better, isn't it? Did I get that? Yep. Okay. At least I didn't get the back on it. Of course, the back wasn't wanting to go because the buttons weren't in the right spot. But at least I did not try to force it, because I knew that's not how that switch, how that little button top was going to set. That just didn't look right. All right. All this to make $20. It's got to be an easier way to make a living. Well, that's why we call it a hobby. All right, I did hook the speakers up. I have been known to forget to hook the speakers up. Both Joy-Cons are hooked up. Now, I bet she goes back together. So much better. There we go. It's got a crack in it. Oh. Really? Watch those little plastic tabs. There we go. Those little plastic tabs on that back will get folded just enough sometimes. I don't know if that was cracked before, if I did it. But it is kind of common for them to crack there. Well, I appear to have no extra screws. No. No, it didn't. There we go. You find that little, there's an interlocking channel right there, if you know what I'm talking about. And I thought I had snapped it in, but I didn't. But it decided to go after the fact. All right. 3 hours later. Get my fingerprints off of it. All right. All the buttons still working. Joy-Con's working. Yeah, this is my first grandchild. He's 3 months old. Oh, and he is precious. Yeah, I have modded a couple of switches, but only to fix them. I've been concerned about modding them to sell and the legalities thereof. I can do it, but it concerns me, for the government to come looking for me, you might say, or for eBay to, ban me or something. But I mean, there's people I know making money. I know, what's his name? Is it NanoFix? Is that his name? He's up in Canada though. I think they let you kill people in Canada. I mean, you can get away with anything. But NanoFix, yeah. If you need a 42 GG South Bridge, God help you. Probably. Hello, Ruby Roy. Hi. If you need a 42 GG is probably going to be about $50 or something. I think Canada is like the wild wild west, as we used to say. I don't know. I don't know I'm not sure what the laws are here, but I just always had that feeling of if I started modding a lot of switches and publicizing it, that somebody's going to come asking questions at some point. I haven't tried on a 4 to modify the NOR to accept it. That will probably work if you know how to modify. I don't know how to modify that NOR. I'm sure you probably would just replace some section of the code with a hex editor, but you'd have to know exactly how much. I don't have any. I may have a first gen board, probably not a working one. The kind that you can just RCM and mod them that way. Thing is, I am in the southeast, Chris. It's so easy to mod them with the Pico flies or whatever. It's so easy. I don't know why you'd worry about trying to. Oh, you trying to fix one? Okay. As far as modding one, it's so easy to install that, Pico fly. I say it's easy. I've got a microscope and a Pico pencil here, because some people are trying to use a massive soldering iron in their plain eyes, and you're going to wreck some of those points trying to do that. You need something to look under. You need a microscope. Right. Finks victim Terra. In theory, I think you're right. I wondered about that though, because it's kind of like, to me, it's like, a thief. If there's a special tool he uses to break in somewhere, it'd be illegal to use that tool and break in. But if I'm making that tool, you know what I'm saying? It gets to be a gray. If I'm making that tool that can only be used for one thing, it's not like it can be used for anything else. Yeah, it gets to be kind of one of those weird things. Okay, I think this is done. This is charging. I don't know, throw that connector away. It's probably all right, but I've got 23 more of them, so. And I've got some more of the little power button boards, the 29-pin cables. I ordered all this stuff before all the darn sanctions and stuff, the tariffs. I haven't modded an OLED. I mean, I've seen videos of people doing it. I've got an OLED. I bought one I fixed up one for my wife and gave that to her. She's got one. I haven't modded one though. Like, I have not really gotten into modding per se. I've had PS5s in here. I've had PS5s running version 4.5 software that are very hackable, and I always just sell them. Right. That is somewhere around here. I've got you may have seen a little Raspberry Pi Zero with emulators on it, and it came with games. It came with hundreds of ROMs. My daughter got it from me for Christmas one year. Hello, Optimized Logic Repair. But it had to be highly illegal. It came with all the ROMs on it. Yeah, I don't do many live streams. Probably for good reason. But I mean, it's kind of fun sometimes. Just got through with this Switch Lite that I worked on for way too long. I'm trying to decide now, do I go on to it's 11:22 here. Do I go on to a PS5 I did get in some original DAP 053s for working on power supplies. And that's the last thing I bought from China. And those sanctions or tariffs like tore me up. It ended up being about $100 for 10. Is that right? Yeah, about 10 of these chips. I think it was right at $100 for 10 original. I haven't tried these yet. And I've got plenty of the TEA 2016s. I've got TEA 2017s. But I wanted to try some of those original ones. Dave's unbranded. I missed your question. It has to be better now. I don't know. I'm sorry, I missed the original question. How often do I change mine? I actually just changed this one a couple of months ago. You know, when the bristles get to the point, they're just like lay it over. And when I go to the dentist, they always give us free toothbrushes, and I've got a drawer full of them in there. So I'll just go grab one of those. And yeah. Or when they get, sometimes you have to clean, if you're cleaning roach nastiness, they just get nasty, and I have to, anyway. But such a handy, simple little device. Well, I don't know. I haven't tried or anything as far as the tariffs. That's the only thing I've ordered from China since all that went into effect, and it was from Cason Parts, which is a good supplier of parts. You're going to wait about 3 to 4 weeks, but they have the parts, and so I ordered some from them. But yeah, it was about $50 in parts and $50 in fees and taxes and shipping. So it works out about $10 a chip. But anyway, I did get them, but I haven't tried since because I didn't know. I don't know if it's changed, if the status has changed, if they put it off. Because if I go to Cason Parts, I think it still says up there, hey, if you're ordering from the U.S., you need to go ahead and add this added fee right here to avoid any delays. Let me check. Yep. Let me see if I can switch to that. Capture, change that to, I'm trying to switch scenes here. Yeah. Like that. See that at the top? Oh, what did I click? Oh, no, get that out of the window. And when you go to order something, if you're from the U.S., they throw an extra fee on there. I'm not sure if they're really supposed to, if it's not supposed to be in effect, but they do it. They are all about some fees. But they do have some good parts. That's where I get my the D&P 014s. And those have worked great. I can't see the chat. Cannot see the chat. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sorry, I lost chat. I lost that window. Where'd it go? All right, minimized it. Something. I have lost the chat window. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it. Yeah, that's a lot of shipping. I found out, like, I don't know if he's still here. Dr. Cryogenic. I worked on those boards for him. When we went to send those boards back to him, my goodness, the tariffs they wanted to throw on there. So I had to kind of back off on the value to make it reasonable. It was just ridiculously, it was, what was it? It was a percentage of the value of the item. It was horrible though. So it kind of makes that not practical for people to send me boards from overseas to work on and send back. It's just with taxes and fees and the shipping costs, just eats you up. I don't know if Dr. Cryogenic may have left by now, but somebody else from France contacted me, want me to look at some boards. I just can't do it. The shipping is going to be horrible. Let me see. Let me find, it's almost noon. I should probably stop streaming for now because I have other things I need to do outside in my backyard. The little things we have to do when the joys of owning a home. But anyway, let's see, how long have I been streaming now? 3.5 hours. Not bad. I'm gonna be doing it more often. I'm off work right now. I have time. So probably next week I'll do some more. I need to work on a video. I've got several PS5s I can do a video on. I need to do that. Anyway, well, thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. And yeah, thank you, Andy. I'm trying to step up, Andy. I got you back here. I'm covering for you. If you can't entertain the masses. Oh, you're asking why Toltec? It's because of the name of a metal detector. Nothing heritage related or geographic. It was the name of a metal detector that I used to use. I still have it. A Tesoro Toltec. You can look it up. But that's where that name came from. Because my first videos were about metal detectors, which I still got them. But anyway, well, thanks for hanging out with me for a while, and we'll do it again real soon. So, bye-bye. See you later.